7 News obtains a notice of claim against the Watertown City School District, and it accuses its leadership of retaliation and defamation. 7 News reporter Lexi Bruning learns it's the fallout from the district's changes in the universal pre-K program.
Retaliation, defamation, negligence. Just a few things the Watertown City School District, board, and school officials are accused of in legal paperwork filed by the Treehouse Childcare Center and its CEO, Mandy Burt. It revolves around changes made to the district's universal pre-K program earlier this year, when it decided to operate its own preschool education classrooms in addition to other community-based organizations. According to the paperwork, the Treehouse is contracted with the district to provide UPK services for the last decade. But this year, Burt learned she wouldn't be able to run UPK classrooms at Ohio Elementary as it had in the past, reducing Treehouse's capacity by 40. The paperwork alleges the move was retaliatory. In 2023, Burt began complaining about the district's lack of funds for special education programs, and later additional funding for UPK. Those complaints continued through this year. In March, the Treehouse submitted its proposal for the UPK program as Burt continued to publicly express her frustrations about the school board's actions and its budget. The paperwork claims the Treehouse's proposal falsely received the lowest score. According to the notice of claim, a FOIL request revealed the Treehouse's score was 10 points higher than what was made public, and alleges notations made on the paperwork noted points were deducted because Burt publicly advocated to vote down the school budget. The legal paperwork also claims Superintendent Larry Schmiegel called Burt, quote, crazy. The document says actions by the district and board have been financially and personally harmful and have caused humiliation and shame. Burt's attorney tells 7 News this notice of claim is to let the district know they're alleged to have done something wrong and gives them the opportunity to investigate the allegations. We reached out to school board president John Kane, who said it would be irresponsible to comment on pending litigation. Lexi Bruning, 7 News.